Segment 2, Unit 1, Object-Oriented Modeling Foundation C, Continuation to Comprehend, E-Monograph Segment 2, Unit 1 E-Monograph Object-Oriented Modeling Foundation. Next, aggregation versus composition. In aggregation it is possible to allow an object to be part of more than one object, while the composition does not. Other characteristics: sum of operations on whole automatically do not apply to its parts. For instance, an operation to ship a computer applies on object class and its parts. Next, example 1.1.12, Bill of material. Structurally, many manufactured products are made of assemblies, which in turn are composed of sub-assemblies and parts. So on can be represented as many-to-many unary relationship. If the relation has an attribute of its own, quantity, the relationship can be converted to an associative entity. It does not support this aggregated operational behavior. Bill of material structure is to distinguish between an assembly and primitive part, one without components. Next, example the 1st of January 2013 recursive aggregation, create two class assembly and simple part, both of which subclass of a class part as abstract, where the product consists of many parts, which they can be assemblies of many parts. This is recursive aggregation because a part is represented as an abstract class or an assembly or a primitive part. An assembly object is aggregate of instances of the part superclass composed of other assemblies, optional or primitive parts. Next, the whole/part relationship. In case, if one is unsure whether a relationship between two objects is an association or an aggregation, figure out one object is the part of another object, as a whole/part relationship. This may be conceptual, and need have to imply physical containment, and the one between the mutual fund and certain stock that is part of the fund. In an aggregation, an object may or may not exist independently of an aggregate object. Next, for example, a stock exists irrespective of whether it is part of a mutual fund or not, while a department does not exist independent of an organization. Also, an object may be part of several aggregate objects. For instance, several mutual funds may contain a stock, say IBM, in their portfolios. Next, end of segment 2, Unit 1, Object-Oriented Models Foundation, C.